Hello. I feel a little more human and a little less like a person raving into their telephone for the last few nights. So you remember that word that I kept throwing around that was peak? So I did that, and I went to some dark places in my mind. I had some experiences and thoughts that I'd like to never have again, and then just tuck those away for, you know, therapy in my 40s or whatever. But yeah, you start to think about everything you've ever fucked up at in your life at like 2:30 in the morning. Right around there. You're like, it's all wrong. It's all wrong. You're 33. It's all wrong. So, yeah. As far as physical symptoms, I'm just weak. I'm like shaky. I don't know if you can see that. I need to like just get, you know, just like eat a lot of calories and feel better. I start to notice when like I get really, you know, I get bony or whatever, so I can immediately, if I drop a pound, I can tell. So I haven't been eating because I haven't been hungry because, yes.
Take those.
Take those?
Yeah.
Okay. My son, this is his idea of feeding mommy. That's his contribution. Oh my God, I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, my legs feel weak and stuff, and I just need to like work out and stuff. And those are the things that you hear in recovery. Like, yeah, you gotta go to the gym and blah, 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 and you're gonna feel better. And I have felt withdrawal a couple of times now, so like I know what people are talking about. But the first time that you ever feel like you have stayed up for 24 hours and you have spent the entire night like vomiting and thinking about like, oh fuck, like, you know, that one time that you accidentally messed up a word or something in middle school and embarrassed yourself, like you're thinking about just crazy stuff, and then the next morning you're supposed to wake up and go to the gym. Like, that's not. Oh, is someone crying? If a kid's crying, they have to move out. Whatever kid is crying. Oh my God. Yeah, so they'll tell you that, but you really do feel better after. So like, even if you feel like you have to drag yourself in there like a corpse, or just into your living room to do like, you know, just a YouTube workout or whatever, or yoga or whatever for 5 minutes, you will feel better after. And go into the sun. I look like a vampire right now because I have not seen sun. I was gonna grow like, yeah, I need to get some weight back on. But you know what, this is what happens. My body is just purging and it's fine. I'm back to sleeping a little bit, like between 3.5. I'm laughing because to someone else this probably sounds terrible, but like after go back and watch my other videos after the last couple of nights that I've had, like this is heaven on earth. So I slept between 3.5 and 5 hours, and I didn't have any like of the restless leg syndrome stuff. So that was a dream for me. So, you know, and this is fast. And I know I didn't really go big into like my story of what I've used and stuff like that. what I did want to say is my detox might be different than, you know, anyone else's, because I'm coming off of specifically a medication called Suboxone. So it's not going to be the same experience necessarily, like exactly as heroin. It's not going to be exactly the same as if you had just a prescription pill problem. So every single detox experience is going to be unique. They're all like collectively really shitty, you know. It's like there's not like a fucking fun one, but heroin's the best. No, I'm just kidding. I've never done heroin. So, but I was gonna say, I wanted to just get into my story a little bit. Mine was actually what we love to do, you know, in America, is just hand out pain pills to patients. So I started having pain after a surgery I had, and it's a long ass story, but it was not the gallbladder they took. It was like not the portion of bowel they took. It was not this, not that. I had a feeding tube. I had like so much crazy shit happen. I had 14 procedures. So the first one I had, like, I needed just normal pain meds like you would if you had like a tooth pulled or something. And then by the end of it, when I had my stomach revision, so I have a dormant stomach, and then I had the stomach that goes into my tube, I needed fentanyl. And the first time I tried to cold turkey fentanyl, yeah, that was a real fun experience. Not knowing what was going on either, really, because I had experiences with withdrawal in the past, but it was like just the sleeplessness and like the damn, I wish I had this, but not like I'm gonna die, like, you know what I mean? So it was an interesting experience, getting hooked on drugs, pretty much only by men in white lab coats. So I never had to buy any off the street. My addiction was, you know, completely free. Well, not free, I have insurance, but what I was saying is I didn't go and do drugs and, you know, in a setting where you would think it would normally occur. So that's what it's like. I want to shout from the rooftops that, like, it happens to everyone and where, and discriminates against absolutely no one. And for a lot of people, it's gonna come down to genetics, nature, nurture. I mean, I don't have any answers. I have an experience, and that's all I can talk about. But I'm off of that medication. So this is the most I'm accomplishing today, is putting this robe on, having dried my hair, only mildly resenting my bangs because Nicole said that they were not that bad, and just hanging out, and that's all that I'm doing today. And it's probably going to take me another week before I really feel whole again. So, I mean, I hope I helped someone by recording this. I mean, if I didn't, I'm just going to go back and, you know, hopefully remind myself one day not to fuck up this bad again. Because I would like to add in also that it was not entirely the American healthcare system's fault that I am a drug addict, because there was a point where it did turn, and I did realize that there was an issue going on. And I think the biggest thing in the world is the shame and resentment that goes along with admitting, holy fuck, like, I'm what's supposed to be soccer mom, army wife, blah, blah, blah. Where the fuck can I find fentanyl? Like, I have a problem. You know what I mean? Like, I need to go to my husband's promotion ceremony, and I can't stop vomiting because my body needs what it thinks is heroin. I knew, you know, what was going on once I had stopped it the first time and then started Googling things. And then I learned what I was doing. And then, you know, it progressed. It became a thing. My fun little habit, my little habit. No, I'm joking. I used it because I started supplementing other things. I stopped taking care of my mental health. I stopped doing, you know, other things. I stopped going to therapy and taking actual medication for depression if I was depressed. It's like the opiates became just everything, and anyone who's on them will tell you the same thing. So I just wanted to say that I'm not just blaming like a doctor, but it's I never would have been able to get my hands on anything that strong. You know, had I not had that experience. So I'm feeling good today. I'm gonna go eat soup. That's it. Don't do drugs, kids.